Howdy folks. So today's video I wanted to show you about low water pressure. So low water pressure in your house, you might have great water pressure in other areas, but say low pressure at your sink. Typically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to unscrew this. So we're going to take our channel locks, I'm going to grab it, I'm going to untwist it, and we're going to spin it out. Inside of here is this piece here. We're going to knock it out with our fingers. Okay, so we got it out. And basically, there's going to be 3 pieces to it. The O-ring for it is probably still up in the sink. So we're going to stick our finger in there and we're going to pull that O-ring out. So that's our O-ring. Now we're going to have to take this piece apart. Sometimes you have to use like a knife, and right there in the edge, you can take that knife and separate it, and I'm going to show you. Okay, so what I just learned is this aerator here, it does not come apart. It's actually connected in the center with a little metal stem. But nevertheless, if you see these little lines here, when you take yours apart, you'll actually see some will have lines and some will have little tiny holes. Well, what'll happen is those little tiny holes or those lines will get filled up with sediment. As you can see, we had some build up here, and once these get clogged up with a little bit of sediment, then it's going to impede the flow that you get out of your sink. Now also, newer model sinks, when you take off your aerator off of your sink, when you unspin this, there's going to be a round little metal disc with a tiny hole in the center of it about the size of a toothpick. Those are called water savers. And all you have to do, if you do see a metal ring, take the tip of a knife and pluck it out, and it'll lift right out of there. And then you can put your aerator all back together, and you'll notice a huge increase of water. The reason why they put those little water saving discs on here is for anybody who is on city water. So if you have to pay by the gallon or by the 1,000 gallon, then it would make sense to put a water saving device in a fixture to where you don't use as much water. Now, when you remove the water saving device and you take your aerator and you put it back together like this, you put your O-ring back on, you thread it back on. Once you remove that little disc, you'll notice that your water pressure is probably 3 times more of the volume. Now, pressure is pressure, whether you're getting 1 gallon per minute or whether you're getting 5. Now, the difference is, what everybody misunderstands is you're actually looking for more volume. You want more water, not more pressure. You want more water. So now, that works great. Now we come over here to the kitchen faucet, and we take this off. And we can come over here and see that this has the tiny little holes like I was talking about. So what you would do in this situation is probably use a toothpick. Using the tip of my knife, I went inside and I pried out the O-ring, and then this fell out. So I'm going to take this apart next. Now if you notice, this did not have the disc on it as I was mentioning. The reason why is I had already taken it off when I installed the faucet. So now we're going to open this up, just like so, and this is what's going to be impeding your flow. So these tiny little holes inside of this is what will clog up with the smallest amount of sediment and then slowly impede the pressure at your sink. Now I realize that my strainer here is not clogged as yours may be, but the same situation. We're going to take a toothpick and we're going to go to each one of these little holes here, and we're going to stick it through just like so. You can see the tip of the thing sticking through there. So all you're going to do, you're going to go by each one that you see is clogged, and you're going to stick the toothpick through the hole to clean the hole out. Now, if you install this without an aerator, the water is going to come out of your faucet in a solid stream. It's not going to come out with like air bubbles. So let's just say you got it all clean. You're going to take this, you're going to take that, and you're going to snap it back together, just like so. Take this, slide it back in where it belongs, all the way down. Then we're going to take our O-ring, we're going to put it back. It's fully seated on the bottom. Now we're going to install it back on the sink. Hand tight. See, aeration. The water is not a solid stream. Now that is great water flow right there. Great water flow. Well, I hope this video was informative. If it was and you learned something, please subscribe to my channel or give me a thumbs up. And if you have any questions about low water pressure or anything of that sort, I'll be happy to answer any questions in the comments. Thank y'all for watching, and don't forget, hit that subscribe button for me. Take care.